What's up, people? We're here with the Athletes Podcast Tour, day one, starting in Toronto. We're making a fun video today. Probably gonna showcase a little bit of it every day, just a little teaser, just to keep you guys interested, excited, But we got some exciting workouts planned. We're gonna be getting jacked up this week and just have an amazing time. Ottawa, Montreal, Quebec, Whitby, wherever there's athletes, we're gonna be. Tune in. Monday morning BJ never hurt anyone. We're gonna be healthy today. Yeah, we're on an athletes tour, something like that. If Gazdic drinks it, it must be good for you, so. Athlete, definition of it.
Darren Drager, insider here, but I had lunch yesterday with Halsey, with Taylor Hall. I hadn't seen him in probably for a year. I hate picking his brain. I even tell him that too. Like I was asking him a million hockey questions, and I tell him every time, I'm like, dude, I know you hate talking about this stuff, but I asked him about the teams, and Vegas was the one team where he was like, they're unreal. Yeah.
But just doing stuff like this is different for sure.
Well, and people don't also recognize the fact that you had to do it for 10 years. So you don't
I know,
want to do it every
especially
single day, right?
Playing in a Canadian city too, and that was nice getting away from that, especially in San Diego last year where it's such a quiet place to live. You're not getting recognized. Not saying being recognized is a bad thing. I thought that was so cool when I was at Edmonton. You go to, buy a coffee or whatever. Or you go
cooler pops.
Yeah, get a couple cooler pops and you get treated so well. I don't think I paid for a beer in 3 years in Edmonton, to be honest. I don't think we had a bar tab in 3 years. But going
you drank a lot of beer.
Yeah, we had a couple. But San Diego's unreal, and everyone loves the team there. But at the same time, you're able to live your own life and do your own thing.
Right. And you're in also California.
Oh,
not
buddy,
bad. You're probably going to the beach every once in a while.
I honestly had my condo was maybe 100 yards from the water, from the ocean.
Like a pitching wedge.
Yeah, I could hit my 56, 100 yards.
There you go. Do you play golf a lot?
You know what? I have a little more. My body's banged up, man. Right. I know I hate using that excuse.
Fair.
But
not a young buck anymore,
my back, my shoulder's been in one. I've had a couple surgeries on that, and I like to get out every now and then. I just had a round on Saturday, and I just wish I was better.
Okay.
I wish I could. Wish I could put the whole game together. I can stripe the driver, but the short game isn't all there.
That's the opposite of me. I can't get off the tee.
No, I can whack it, and then I'll drive the green in a par 4, and then I'll double bogey. I'm that kind of golfer. So
drive for show.
Exactly. But I like to get out, man. It's such a social sport, and I'm going out Thursday and playing with Taylor Hall and my brother Marky.
Nice.
I just like getting out, man.
Yeah, 100%.
And mixing it up, maybe having a couple bevies on the course, and sharing some stories, sharing some laughs, and that was my favorite thing since COVID, turned this world around. The thing that's back up is the golf courses. That was my favorite thing coming back.
Yeah,
you can get out of the house.
It's the one industry that's just been booming since.
These two buildings right here, we're like a block from my parents' house now. This is Mitchell Field Arena. It's like a community center.
Okay.
This is literally where I learned to skate.
Damn.
This was my first rink ever. A lot of memories in there. North York Nights.
So
yeah, that was house league. Yeah, this is my house league, and this is actually my first job too.
No way.
Yeah, when I finally, I was like, I'm like 12, 13 years old. I was a timekeeper for house league.
Nice.
So Sunday nights I used to have to walk over. It's freezing cold. I had my little heater in there. So first job, first rink right there, and then literally kitty corner. This is my school. This is where I went junior kindergarten, preschool, junior kindergarten up to grade 5. This is McKee Public School.
So you spent like a solid 7 years of your life between these two areas, just like
literally. I had the privilege of living a block away from your school. I used to just run home for lunch, get mom to cook me up something, and come back. This one right here in the middle was my classroom, 5B right here. You have your little shoe cubby in the front. This area has changed like crazy. You can see all the construction in the back. North York is like probably the fastest growing area in Toronto here. Lots of very affluent culturally, lots of Asian, you know, Korean, Japanese. There's just people from everywhere, and it's a great place to grow up. And like you said, I had the privilege of living a block away from home, so.
Yeah. So when you grew up, did you plan to, or was your goal to play for the Leafs? Was that a dream of yours?
Buddy, it's still my goal to play for the Leafs.
I love it. I'm always curious for people growing up in their hometown if it's, if
honestly,
that's the goal for most.
I think the dream for me has passed. I don't want to count anything out, but
Dubas, I heard him on the phone. He said they need an enforcer.
yeah,
to cover
they need a little more physicality.
So maybe
yeah,
you slide in and say, hey, I'll take a bit of a pay cut.
I'll sign for real cheap.
Right?
Real cheap. But honestly, yeah, man. Like I got Leafs jerseys. I got Leaf posters. It was like the teams from like 02 to 06, which were like Darcy Tucker and Gary Roberts, Joe Nieuwendyk, Captain Matt Sundin, Ty Domi, all these guys. That was my shit. That was those were the guys I literally watched every Saturday night, Hockey Night in Canada. You know, you're every Canadian kid. It's like, every Saturday night, sit on the couch with my dad and watch the Leafs play the Sens or whoever it was, but that was actually my life. I lived that.
Yeah.
I try to stay up for the late game, usually get the first period of Calgary Edmonton or Calgary Van, whoever was playing, and fall asleep on the couch, and mom would come down and bring me upstairs, and those were my Saturday nights. Are a little different now, but
yeah, it's slightly different. Eh?
But that was the goal, man. It just it never happened. Playing for your hometown, I think, is so cool. By the way, this is first baseball court. They have it as a turf now, but it used to be a baseball diamond. I used to hit dingers here. I was a lefty, but I swung a little behind the ball, so I'd always pull it, and I'd always out there, that building, there's some houses behind those portables, but
cracked a couple windows, eh?
Yeah,
I'd left a couple marks.
Definitely left a couple balls in the yard over there.
Just a multi-sport athlete. That's what it comes down to.
That's all I had. No, I played a lot of lacrosse too, tons of lacrosse. I played all the way till high school.
You and John Tavares have that in common.
Yeah, except he's got a little bit better set of hands than I do.
I think that lacrosse connection, there's a chance.
I think playing for your hometown is so cool, going back to that, and just not everyone gets the privilege of doing that. Mm-hmm. I know Rich Clune really well. He's been a captain on the Marlies now for a long time, and I think it's so cool he gets to play in his hometown. He's living in his own house and drives down the Gardiner every day to go, to go to the ACC or go to MasterCard, wherever he's playing, go to Rico or whatever it's called now. It never worked out for me in that way, but you can't have regrets on that. It's not like I never really had the chance to sign there, and they always had somebody there that was, a little bigger, a little heavier, so it just never worked out in that way. But
so what was the biggest that you ever got to? Because I think that's something that people don't realize. Like, first of all, you're a massive human being as it is already, but like, were you having to throw on pounds with teams telling you got to get up to this size? Or
that's a good question. It was my first year in Edmonton. I was almost 250.
Jesus.
I was what you call an absolute unit. We'll take you down here. We'll go to Yonge Street. Hopefully it's not too loud with the cars whizzing.
It's okay.
We'll just cross and we'll go down to Yonge Street. Just make sure we don't get hit by a car. Edmonton, I was probably like 250, and I was throwing down. Like I led the league in fights as a rookie. I was crushing guys and playing that physical role, but it was too much.
Yeah.
And Dallas Eakins, the coach there, he actually sat me down after the end of the year and he said, "You're too big. Like we like that you're in good shape and all that, but you're too big." So he asked me he didn't give me a specific number, but that summer I really I leaned down. I got on the bike a lot. Yeah, I came into camp my second year like maybe 225, 230, looking like a different person, and I felt the same on the ice. I didn't really feel, I didn't feel less strong, or I didn't feel didn't feel like I had lost, you know, any strength, which was nice.
Did you change the diet up, or was that just cardio increasing that?
Yeah, that was actually a part of my career that I can attribute to Gary Roberts. So when I was with Dallas, he was the one of the player development guys.
Yeah.
And he had a gym in Toronto, so all the Toronto guys were essentially training with him.
Yeah.
And he taught me everything I knew about nutrition and what to eat and when to eat it. And that's something I brought in, right around that time in Edmonton. Constantly talking to him and his nutritionist, and I attribute that a lot to him.
And what were some of those things? Were you like, you know, taking
Eating the right foods pre and post workout, I think. Focusing more on recovery, you know. Just little things like even the types of oils you cook with, the types of protein you're eating.
Yeah.
Literally everything came into it, and it changed me. Like, it changed my body. It changed how I felt all the time.
Yeah.
And I felt really, really good on the ice, which was the most important thing.
Damn. For the 3 minutes, right?
There you go. I think my first year, I was second last in the league in average ice time.
Oh, hey, not last though.
Not last. I know who was last. I'm not saying him on camera right now because he's actually a friend of mine and I don't want to embarrass anybody, but I think I was second last. I was like 4 or 5 minutes a game, but.
So were you training then specifically, like, to get out there, and you've got realistically your 60-second fight or whatever it is? So are you training for that, like just explosive 1 minute, or how are you trying to balance that?